发用智慧，选择教化来修行，大乘善法善抉择，上求佛道化众生，学佛要求于内心，分辨是真或是伪，学习佛陀大悲心，修。
Hi everyone, good evening, good afternoon. So before we begin, just a friendly reminder once again, if you have not renamed yourself, please add your region initials, HQ, and followed by your group number, 1, 2, or 3 before your name. That way, this helps our AV team later place you in the correct breakout rooms. So for once again, thank you so much for your cooperation. And as we return ourselves on the online world and the cloud, I just want to make sure if you guys do have the book handy, make sure you have it with you right now or the physical one or a PDF works. So once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Tea Family, to the Power of Mindfulness Study Group. I'm Sophia, and I'll be your host for tonight, and I'm glad to be back on the cloud once again with everyone, and I'll serve as your MC. So tonight, we will continue our journey into the path to awakening and also build up on what we've learned from last headquarters national session as well. So tonight, as we resume our journey into the path of awakening, I would also like to thank everyone for being here. Your presence truly brings a lot of warmth and meaning to our space. And through listening, reflecting, and especially through a lot of our mindful dialogues, we hope to deepen and continue our understanding of how mindfulness can guide and transform our daily lives. So before we begin our study, let us settle our bodies and minds. Please make sure to sit comfortably upright. And if you are able, join your palms in a palms together position or 合掌. So please make sure to turn off your microphone first, as I will be leading it in behalf of everyone. So, in the spirit of the 37 practices, let us view this moment as a training of our minds. Release any distractions from your day. Feel free to lay your feet flat on the ground, on the floor, and your breath slowly becoming more steady. As Master Cheng Yen reminds us that stillness leads to wisdom. As we prepare to chant, imagine your mind as a clear, still pool of water. We aren't just reciting texts, we are planting seeds of the infinite meanings into our hearts, so that our study session tonight can benefit all living sentient beings. Let us now merge our voices, our intentions as we chant. Feel free, feel every word that resonates within you. And first, I'll begin in Chinese, then followed by the English. So palms together. 经济廷城，志轩虚墨，手指不动，一白天解。无量法门悉现在前，的大智慧同打诸法。May our minds remain tranquil and clear, our vows be vast as the universe. May we remain unwavering for countless eons. May infinite Dharma doors readily appear in front of us. May we attain great wisdom and completely understand all Dharma. Let us also settle our minds and welcome gratitude in our hearts through 3 bows of respect. If bowing is something that you are not comfortable with or able to do right now, we welcome you to express respect in a way that resonates with you. With that, I would like everyone to please stand up and let us place our palms together to center ourselves. With respect, appreciation, and love, let us make 3 bows to the great enlightened one of the universe, who represents the teacher within every one of us. First bow. Second bow. And third bow. Please be seated, everyone. Thank you so much for this moment of togetherness and chanting so mindfully. So let us carry this calm and clarity onwards toward the rest of our session for tonight. So let us now open today's program once again with the agenda that we have for the powerful mindness through the path to awakening. So a quick overview of today's schedule, like our usual rundown, we would start off with some of the housekeeping, as I mentioned, as well as the Sutra of Infinite Meaning of 32 characters chanting as we finished, and we'll then proceed on our exploration and dive into the teachings through a sharing from Abode Master Ge Huang for today on the 5 spiritual roots and powers in the 37 practices to enlightenment. So today's session is another build-up of what we've initially learned from our regional and national topic last few weeks ago on the 5 powers. And it will come into a full circle moment today as well. Afterwards, we will go then into our separate breakout rooms for discussions and return to the main bigger room for a bigger group discussion. So remember, facilitators and note takers, to make sure to have one representative to share in behalf of your group for the bigger session later. Lastly, we will then end the session with some reminders and a dedication to merit. So, without further ado, we will now listen to the teachings from Abode Master De Huang on the 5 spiritual roots and 5 powers. So, please enjoy the video with a focused and open heart, and as you listen gently, reflect on these teachings, relate to your own life and practice.
各位菩萨家人们，大家好！很开心今天可以跟大家分享37柱道品里面上人给我们开示的五根五力。那其实什么是五根五力呢？那我们这一个3、4、2、5、7、8呢，其实就是四念处、四正勤、四如意足、五根五力、七菩提分跟八正道。那其实，在佛法的过程学习当中呢，上人常常就引述一棵树呢，五根五力是不可或缺的基础。大树要成长茁壮也是需要这一个来辅助的。那什么是五根五力呢？我们来看一下那有信根还有精进根、念根、定根、慧根。那上人说呢，我们这五根具足而且呢，我们在学习的道上呢，就是道心不容易失掉。那还要需要有力量，你有根但是需要一个力量助长。那所以要五力呢，也是一样要有信力、精进力、念力、定力跟慧力。那能够有信根跟信力这样的一个部分呢，那其实我们可以增长我们的智慧，能除掉一切的障碍。所以我们我觉得在学佛路上常常讲信根、精进根呢，就是让我们你相信前面有保障但是如果我们的信根你相信了，你也精进了，但是呢，如果后面你的念力、定力、慧力不够你可能很容易就放弃半途而废，因为你觉得怎么那么久了，你的信心越来慢慢减少，因为你看不到你的那个后面其实结果快要到了。那你一直呢很容易放弃。那就像上人说四念处里面有讲的观身不净观心无常。那所以我们的心念呢，常常呢信根不具足，精进不具足的时候呢，我们很容易就放弃。所以呢，信根、精进根信力、精进力非常的重要。那所以呢，我们不要此刻生的信心，下一刻就开始道心就退转。所以这一个呢，都是很有环环相扣的。那我们再来看的就是，我曾经林永祥师兄是高雄很资深的师承，那他其实加入慈济也很多年，那但是他也曾经因为一些因素呢，他也离开慈济10年。他是上人的行踪他也了解，可是他就是没有投入慈济的活动。那10年呢，这个迷途羔羊终于回来那也是接受上人的这个忏悔希望可以精进。那当然我们在大爱台也可以看得到有关林永祥他在投入这一个慈济的过程是怎么样的一个忏悔那还有呢，我们也可以看得到的就是我们的五根那其实有信根，还要有信力。那我们再看的这个曾经呢， 这个上人就有开示过啊，你的性根有了，但是你的性力还有精进力不够的话呢，也很容易被动摇。那曾经上人有举例那有因为盖医院需要很多钱，所以呢，慈济人呢都会在亲朋好友啊来见上人，希望呢他们跟上人立面过后，了解上人盖医院的这一个不为就是希望众生得离苦的这一份悲愿大家都会捐钱给上人。所以呢，曾经有一个委员，他就很开心，带了一群有钱太太来见上人，就请上人赶快就敲上人的书房说：上人上人，我带了一群有钱人来，赶快来去跟他们来见面。那上人呢，打开书房呢，看到这个委员的时候，就说如果你今天带的是有钱人来，我们赶快去；那如果下一次是没钱的人来的时候，我就要慢慢的走出来。那上人说，其实我要的不是钱，而是他们的一份信念。上人就举例，你把有钱人带来介绍给我，就好比你把一棵长满果树的大那个遗栽来到金舍，好像我感觉随时想要吃这些果实都可以随时吃得到。可是上人说遗栽的这一些树木如果它的根不够深的话，其实像我们台风啊、地震啊，在花莲是很常发生的。那只要这个根不够深的话，就很容易被吹倒。那而且呢，不只是这个建筑物会受影响，那连人住在里面也会倒塌也会受伤。所以上人说，我宁可呢，你们就是从一个小树苗开始慢慢的培养，让它的性根就是很茁壮的，可以呢长大。所以我觉得上人都是时时刻刻的在告诉我们要怎么面对挫折的时候呢，在实际道上，我们或许会有障碍，会被磨考，但是呢，要语中生信心不要感觉就是很像来生来世还是懵懵懂懂的。所以我觉得这个就是我们在过程中不要半途而废遇到困难要勇猛精进。那我们现在再来看呢，这一个所谓的这个五根里面的这个精进根啊，所以就是精是很精髓不杂的，进呢是进而不退那所以我们常常说这一个呢，我们就如同学如逆水行舟不进则退。那其实呢，我们来看那修行的过程最主要的目的就是要修的一心不乱不被影响。那所以你想要求精进呢，你就要求进步，要专心。那上人就举例，像创业的人就要专心于事业，积极发展才能成功。那同样的，如果小孩子们想要求学、专心念书、学业进步呢，那也是很需要有贵人指导。那我们来看这一个一个很古典的一个美国这个画面这个我们来看一下，什么是普通人呢？孩子想要当普通人。
Regular people. How do you expect to get into college with grades like this?
No problem.
Huh?
See, I'm not going to college.
Damn right.
I am going to get through high school and then get a job like regular people.
Regular people?
Yeah, working at a gas station, drive a bus, something like that.
So what you're saying is your mother and I shouldn't care if you get D's because you don't need good grades to be regular people.
Right.
Okay. Suppose you graduate from high school. Let's say you just slide by. All right. Now you got to find a job. Now, what kind of salary do you expect for a regular person?
$250 a week.
$250 a week?
Yeah.
Sit down. I'm going to give you $300 a week. Yes, indeed. $300 a week, $1,200 a month. All right?
Great, I'll take it.
Yes, you will. And I will take $350 for taxes.
Whoa.
Huh? Yeah. Now, because see, the government comes for the regular people first. Now, how much does that leave you with?
$850.
All right. Now you've got to have an apartment because you are not going to live here. An apartment in Manhattan will run you at least $400 a month.
I'll live in New Jersey.
All right. Live in New Jersey, you've got to have a car.
I ride a motorbike.
You need a helmet. Figure $100 a month for clothes and shoes.
Figure 200. I want to look good.
Okay, so what's that leave you with?
$200. So no problem.
There is a problem. You haven't eaten yet.
I can get by on bologna and cereal. So I got everything I need plus $200 left for the month.
You plan to have a girlfriend?
For sure.
Regular people.
所以啊，不管我们一般凡夫其实我们要求有好的生活，其实我们要好好的认真。就像父亲跟孩子说你要当普通人你要怎么赚钱来养活家呢？所以其实真的就是一样，就是需要精进学业要进步也是要认真念书的。那还有呢，就是我们呢就好比我们刚才那个道业要成就也是要专心绝对没有说你修我德的。那所以其实上人在开示曾经有提到呢，佛陀有一天在阿难尊者跟佛陀问他说：“哎，我是你的堂弟，也是你的侍者啊，每天在你身边，那什么时候可以学佛陀这样的智慧无碍那跟你一样呢？”那其实佛陀呢，过后呢，他就跟那个弟子就说没有说任何话，就坐下来，佛陀刚好托钵回来吃了饭，那吃饱了，佛陀就问阿难尊者。我吃饱了，阿难，那你现在吃饱了吗？阿难说，佛陀我还没吃诶。那佛陀就说，对啊，修行也是一样的没有说我修你的。那所以我们的精进呢是要个人自己下功夫的。那就好比呢这一段曾经也是实业师姐帮这种抱不平，因为慈济人做的很用心，可是抱的不是他我们来听上人怎么说。
是我印象很深，我就说上人。为什么每次都他来跟你报告，然后为什么每次报告都是他？其实上人我在社区我很清楚，他从来都很少出来，只有上人你来了他才出现。我说可是上人别人做的要死，都他拿来报告，我说不公平。上人就跟我说，来慈济啊，你既然是要学佛，就要学会不计较，学佛不是学来计较的我说可是不公平啊。上人说怎么会不公平？就算他都拿来报告，那我说上人，而且你都每次都很赞叹他上人说也要德配其位啊，如果他的德不配其位，就算他拿到了，到头来也是空。我说真的吗？上人说你来慈济不要学会计较，你反而要两个字。我说哪两个字？你要争智，你要争气。我们为人就是要争那个气，要争那个智，而不是争一个计较我就觉得说，对你上人都常常让我们就放下，就说对吗？你做错事干嘛我来发脾气？然后我就觉得哇，常常他都会这样指导我们，然后我印象很深
所以啊，我觉得上人就告诉我们就是你修我的。那当然，我们要真智就像我们那个竹子的这个成长过程也是一样那其实呢，这个竹子啊的生长论就是据说啊，其实竹子呢，我们常常讲节节高升其实竹子在开始栽种的时候前4年大概仅长3公分，但是它在土壤里慢慢的延伸数百公尺，那它是默默的扎根为未来成长打下很扎实的基础。那第5年开始啊，其实这个竹子啊，每天以30公分的速度就是快速的成长。那好像在短短的6个星期就可以长到15公尺的高度。那同样的，那成功需要付出时间努力，所以要精进。 那其实这个就是要先下功夫哦，不是一下子就可以成效的。那所以我觉得这个就如同我们在慈济也是一样的哦，要有所成就，学习上的智慧也是要慢慢去听，去多做，去体会。那所以呢，稍微总结哈，就是性格呢可以增长我们的性力，那就是我们要破除我们的邪性。那精进根是增长我们的精进力，能治我们的身心懈怠，不容易起那个退转。所以呢，我们上人也说哈，宁愿无信哈，也不要迷信。那为什么呢？那当然，上人曾经有举说哦，人生我们不能没有宗教信仰，不管在此际你是什么的信仰。但是呢，如果没有信仰，就像我们在茫茫大海中哦，一艘漂泊的舟船哦，没有指南针，没有方向感，不知何去何从。那如果在风平浪静的时候啊，就好像你还没有加入慈济，风平浪静，你还觉得很平安无事。但是，一旦遇上呢狂风暴雨哦，没有指南针这个方向引导我们走去安全的地方的时候呢，我们就很容易呢造成心灵恐慌，不知所措。所以呢，我们在这个茫茫人海中，上人希望呢，一定要有正确的宗教引导方向。如此呢，我们突然遇到危险坎坷的险境的时候呢，还是能够庄严自强哈，或是呢处在呢那一种宁可我们不会怕被大浪和吹翻。所以最后还是想结语呢，就是说我们要学习，不管做了什么事情，都不要急于回报，因为呢，播种和收获呢不在同一个季节，它是需要时间的。所以，我们性根培养，再来精进力，继续，未来你就会慢慢看到一些成果了。很感恩你们的时间聆听呢，祝福大家平安吉祥，感恩。
Thank you so much, Master De Huang, for the meaningful insights and like what she was sharing. As we are learning today, learning is like rowing against the current. If you don't advance, you fall behind. And that's for today's topic as well, as we continue to learn more about the different five powers and roots. We also want to expand our knowledge and share with one another on the different questions that we have. And so for today, we apologies earlier, we don't have a breakout session. We'll be sharing as a bigger group in general. So we'll take our time and answer the following questions that we have for today and reflect on 2 points. So the first question that we do have for today is, when practicing mindfulness, do the bamboo growth theory and don't rush for returns, because sowing and reaping don't happen in the same reason. Does any of these two theories offer you any inspirations? And on the second question, Master said setbacks and obstacles are worthwhile. Do you have any real life examples that relate to this statement? And is the principle of I cultivate, I gain also confirmed through the setbacks and obstacles? So I'll open the floor now. For today, Sister Karen will help facilitate these questions, and we have Sister Hua as the note taker. So we'll go to the first question. Before I want to move on, I just want to check, Sister Bessie, do you have any question? I see you raise your hand. Or
Sorry, I think it's by
was
accident.
it an accident? Okay, sounds good. Sister Karen, are you able to speak now?
cho tất cả, quên mình cho tất cả.
Okay, I'm not sure if Sister Karen is able to speak, but I could just start off the first question for everyone in this room. So the first question that we have is when practicing mindfulness, there's two theories that was shared earlier during Master De Huang's sharing. So the first was on the concept of the bamboo growth theory. And then lastly is a don't rush for returns because sowing and reaping don't happen in the same season. So does any of these two practices offer you any inspiration? Does anyone know, does anyone want to share first?
Sophia, I, I I'm not ready to share, but can you remind me what's bamboo growth theory?
It's the one that the the Shifu was saying earlier about how bamboos take time to grow, and like every single year they only grow by a few inches. But one thing that we
Oh,
don't see as well is under its roots. It's a lot of it takes time for it to grow. Take it like from the top that what we see physically is only few increments, but underneath it's founded by strong roots. So it's basically saying that how I interpret it is that success requires a long period, and there's a lot of invisible preparation that happens through it as it continues to grow. So it's
oh,
like how when we're working, a lot of our hard work isn't produced by a lot of the visible results that show immediately. So it does not immediately saying that, oh, it's because we're not showing any growth. We're not growing. We're not showing any growth physically. It does not directly signify failure or no progress. So it's basically how I understood is the concept of the invisible growth that a lot of things happen in the back or like hidden. That's
thank
how I
you.
understand it.
Very, very nice. Thank you.
Oh, shit.
I also want to add, so Master De Huang also said that when we grow bamboo in the first few years, you hardly see the bamboo growing. It's actually growing by very little in the first, like, I think 4 years. Um, and then, but however, even though it doesn't grow at the top, but it is actively growing at the bottom, at the root level. So ba- basically spreading all the roots all over the place so that they can get the nutrients from the soil uh, that they need in order to build a great base for future growth. But once it already spread out all the roots in the first 4 years, then it can grow very very fast. That's why it can grow like 30 cm every year, something like that. Yeah. So that's why it grows very fast because it has a very strong foundation. But strong foundation needs times to be able uh, to grow, to set the base, um, set the foundation very well in order for us to expand in the future. So that's the essence of the bamboo growth theory that Master De Huang told us just now. Yeah, just a little bit of
Okay.
补充.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Hello. Hi. Hi, everyone. This is Karen. I'm so sorry because I guess I have a watercolor painting off at 5 and I rush using my cell phone. But I don't know how to open the unmute myself. So now I'm here, and thank you very much for Sophia and everyone helping. Okay, um, let me share with you the first one. Um, when practicing mindfulness to the bamboo growth theory, don't rush for returns. It has been give me a lot. I've been this the bamboo. I've been went through a lot about this one because let me give you my life, what I'm doing. A little bit rush. Sorry for that. When I want to sharing, I usually have in the morning the teaching to listen to the teaching of Dharma Master Jing Yen, and I want to share because I have a lot of thought I want to share, and I love talking. That's why I want to share. But from the beginning, I cannot share well, and because I don't know what is the main point, and I share all around. So, but I keep on going, even though I get a lot of stopping for everyone say that I've talked too long, I've not talked to the main point. But I did not give up. Until today, I think that I little bit improving because I can say long or I can say in 2 minutes. Even I want to say in 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes and few seconds or 3 minutes. Sometimes they cut me off, I feel bad, but the next day I still keep on going. When they ask, you want to share, and I will share. I love to share. I grab any moment, any minute, then I share, and I get improved. That's what I think that because I cannot get from the beginning, I can share well to everyone, but gradually I not give up. Just like the bamboo for the 4 year or 5 year, 4 year, you cannot see it growing. But after the 5 year, it grows rapidly. I'm not growing rapidly, but I growing gradually, and I won't give up. That's what I want to share with you guys. Thank you.
This is what I can share. On the bamboo grow analogy and the saying, don't be impatient for returns because sowing and reaping don't happen at the same season, right? Remind me that mindfulness is cultivated through steady and consistent practice rather than quick result. Just like Sister Karen said that she had to practice in order to be able to share on time with practice. Just like bamboo, whose roots grow unseen for a long time before it suddenly shoots upward, right? The benefits of mindfulness often develop quietly within us before they become visible of our thoughts, speech, and actions, right? This inspired me to have patience. I I usually do not have a lot of patience, so I have to practice all the time. That's inspired me to have patience and faith in the process. Even when I don't immediately notice the progress, every moment of diligence, mindful diligence each day, I am strengthening the spiritual roots of mindfulness. Sometimes I come back to my impatience, but then I have to go slowly and think and hold myself. I have to be patient. I have to be patient, right? So in time, these roots develop into the power of mindfulness, enable me to remain calm, focused, and compassionate in the face of challenges. So that is my sharing.
Very good, Hua. I listen to you, and you understand the meaning, uh, the theory of the bamboo and how it grow. The root is very important because have a strong root and deep root, the bamboo can grow. And if the root is not deep enough, that is not grow. Just like we have to believe that one day we can get the result, but it's timing and your patience. Thank you very much for your sharing. And who else would like to share, please? I saw Douglas, you raising your hand. Are you want to share?
I did. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. So I was thinking about the importance, as Sister Wah said, the importance of practicing patience. And when I was thinking about the practice of patience, I was thinking about how important it is for me to use patience with other people. And then that moved forward to starting to think about perhaps people who are in training. And this is related to the bamboo growth theory. Perhaps I see someone in training and I start to be concerned that they're not growing fast enough. They're not progressing fast enough. And if we use this bamboo growth theory, we don't know what's actually going on inside them, right? Like below the surface of the soil, their roots are actually growing to be quite strong, but I don't see the outward progression yet. And so perhaps just using and practicing patience, I could just say, well, they're growing inside right now, and they haven't quite started to grow externally yet, or out in public yet, if you will. And so I have to use patience and help them to nurture their roots first, and then they'll at some point start to grow very rapidly. This is just what I was thinking about when the Dharma Master was speaking. So that's all. Thank you kindly, everyone.
Oh, great, great. Douglas, brother Douglas, wow, I love your sharing because you not even say for yourself, but you want other. You can see other, and you to be patient with others. That is very good. You will be a very good mentor for someone because you be patient while you are training other people. Wonderful. I love that. Thank you very much, Brother Douglas. Who else want to share? Because we have to grab our time. Sorry, I should not rush everyone. Whoever have a good thought and want to share with us, greatly appreciate.
Yes, hi. This is Austin. Can you hear me?
Please. Yes, Brother Austin, we can hear you well.
Okay, that's good. This thing about mindfulness and patience, actually the two questions are related. We need to be patient and mindful because of setbacks and obstacles. And in fact, what we talked about in the first part, the 3 4s, actually can be seen as an enumeration of our obstacles in approaching the 37 principles of enlightenment. So if you compare the 4 fulfilling powers, which can also be seen as 4 obstacles, we see that the 4 elements there correspond in a general way to the 5 roots. just to go back again to the four obstacles or four fulfilling powers: aspiration, concentration, diligence, and wisdom. And we find that with the five roots, we're dealing with, instead of aspiration, we're dealing with faith. And the other elements are the same. So in this case, we're calling it perseverance, whereas with the four fulfilling powers, we're regarding it as diligence. And what we're talking about now, perseverance or mindfulness, is described as thought, which also is in the four obstacles. We end up also with the same wisdom. So if we concentrate on each word, then we can easily get confused. Whereas if we look at the last part of the three fours and see that as part of the setbacks and obstacles we face coming into the 37 principles, and contrast that with what we're dealing with now, which is the five roots. So we're talking about, we come from confusion because of our desires, because of our scattered mind, because of our lax habits, that we turn with the situation, and therefore, instead of ignorance, what we get is ignorance. That is where we're coming from. Those are the setbacks and obstacles that we face. Whereas the five roots is telling us we have innate within us faith, the ability to persevere, which is a direct result of faith. We only can persevere. We only can go on in spite of the setbacks and obstacles because we have faith in our ability to improve, that we can overcome these obstacles. And it is only through faith and improvement that we can develop the correct thoughts. And with the correct thoughts, we can then settle our minds. We can enter into a still state of mind, which will then generate wisdom. So we are talking about having faith in our innate ability to attain enlightenment. Those are our five roots. And that is in contrast to the earlier three fours, which are all the obstacles and setbacks that we face in trying to get to this point.
Thank you very much, Brother Austin. Wonderful speaking. I believe that you are very mindful and you got a very deeply meaning of today's lesson. And you combine, you're talking about all thoroughly for 37 method, how to cultivate ourselves. Even though some of the words I cannot understand all because I'm not that good in English, but good in Chinese. But in theory, I listen carefully, mindfully, and understand you are very deep in the Dharma and you're talking all over the 37. It all related, not just one, not just single one. Thank you very much. Who else would like to share, please? Oh, also I want to add, like Brother Austin look like he already answered 2 questions in one.
Well, it seems to me that the 2 questions are related.
Yes, yes, understand. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please just share something, whatever in your thought. Few words is okay too. Oh, hi, Sabrina. You want to talk? You want to share, please?
Sure. Um, Good afternoon, everyone. My thought is that diligence, it's part of the important tools to have the attainment and to gain the wisdom for the next steps, because we have learned of all the precepts, we learn about the basic theory of Buddhism, but without diligence of continuing practicing, we will not gain to attain wisdom. In order to attain wisdom from life after life, even from the childhood to adults, and not because of you pass one class or become a commissioner, that doesn't mean that the goal has been completed. It's the Buddhisms and learning sutra, learning about way of life is about learning daily and practicing as a diligence, just like bamboo, how it grows, just patiently, and it's growth little by little. But to the point that our wisdom has been grown from the day one is a difference than day 20. But if we just stop and go back and forth little by, if we don't do that, it will just the growth and to gain the wisdom will be um it's not going to be as fast as the people who continuously doing in daily works. Well, that's my 2 cents. I have a lot of things to say, but that's my 2 cents. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sabrina. Very good. I hear from you. Your examples at the day 1, the day 20. So the day 1, you learn it, and the day 20, maybe you can see the result just for the patient and the time. Excellent, excellent. Thank you. Who else want to share, please?
I'd just like to add something. Another difference between the 4 supernatural powers and the 5 roots,
Okay.
there's an additional element, which is contemplation. That isn't mentioned in the 4 supernatural powers or obstacles. And the difference is that we're talking about our potential now. With the 4 obstacles or supernatural powers, we're talking about what hinders us. What are the obstacles? And we have the potential for contemplation. And through contemplation, it is that we can gain wisdom. So that is a difference between these 2, which is otherwise quite closely related. But I think if we focus just on the individual elements, then we can easily get confused, because the same word is repeated 3 times between supernatural powers and 5 roots, but it doesn't mean the same thing. Even though it's the same word, the context is different. And the other difference is in the sequence. The sequence tells us as well of its significance. Mindfulness in the 4 supernatural powers or obstacles, if we look at the reverse of that, it is being lazy, being lax, being distracted. Whereas in the 5 roots, it is as a result of faith, of perseverance, that we are able to attain correct thought. So the same word in a different context has a different meaning. Just wanted to add that bit. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Austin. I can hear from you. You mean that the one I hear and I understand it, sometimes the topic they're talking about that is not that you have to understand, you have to contemplation to see what they're talking, what they want you to tell you, not just look at the surface of the word. Sometimes that word they're using in this circumstance is this meaning, but in other time, in other case is different. So, but when we are just started, we make the obstacle, or we don't understand, just don't give up. If you, the more you learn, the more you understand, the more you think, then you know the deeply meaning of master or someone want to tell you. I don't know that is right or not, but that's what I hear from you. And thank you very much, Brother Austin. That is mean complementation. We need to mindfulness to listen. Thank you again.
Hi. So I have something to share. So in the master the Huang sharing, she showed a video about a parent asking his child uh, about like, do you want to go to college? And then the child say, oh, I don't have to go to college because I just want to be ordinary people. And then so but in a lot but in Asian countries, if we have Asian parents, we hear something like that about child only want to be ordinary people. The, uh, there will be no good consequences, because like in our Asian parents, we always like rush for our children to be the best in the class. Like, you want them to have go to Ivy League. You want them to become a doctor, become engineer, have the good qualification and good job, good life. Uh, but but in this bamboo growth theory, uh, a lot of things that we need to have a very good root before we start to expect something high. So if the parents, they don't nurture their kids well during when the kids were still in the early years of their life, when they're a kid, and then but keep just wanting them to achieve something that is beyond their grasp, something that will something reverse will go, it will not go well. The students, the child might feel that, oh my god, my mom's is like a tiger mom, like keep wanting me to do this, do that. I feel so depressed. I feel so much pressure, like a pressure cooker. So like this is also a good way for us to think when we parents our next generation. Like what kind of parents do we want to become for our children? How do we want to raise our child? How do we want to give the child time to think and to have their own mindset and to decide for themselves what do they want to do in their life, not just what the parents want the child to become. If the child doesn't want to become a doctor, like the parent, like no matter how hard the parent try to force the son to become a doctor, it just would not happen. And then the parent also need to listen and be able to be considerate for what the children wants in their life, uh, before letting the children to before forcing the whatever the parents want on their children. I think this is a very important topic in especially in Asian community, because like we always want uh, the best for our children, and then but we never think that to cultivate uh, a doctor, it requires a lot of time and a lot of nurturing, a lot of love, in to build a very strong roots before they can get to whatever success achievement in their life in the future. So this is just a little bit of sharing after watching the teachings from Master De Huang. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Brother Sutra, yes, understand. But you know that uh, you have the point of view of the children. Let me have the point of the parent, because all parent want to have the expectation from the child. They want the child to have a good job, to get good education and good job in the future, so they can have a steady, a good life. And this parent, the father, is very good. He using a very uh, wisdom wise method to persuade. If you want to be like that, the standard, then you will have the standard life. But you know that the life is very hard, very difficult, especially now the pricing is very high. So he want to persuade. So that's why um, different person have different point of view. So we have to understand the heart of the parent, not try to push the son to be very hardly, but we as a son, we also have to understand the parent, how the parent expect from the son. So that's a mutual understanding. Thank you very much for your sharing.
Thank you, Sister Karen. What I meant is that to build a son for future success, like the parents need to be able uh, to set the root very well. Like a lot of good education from the very early in the children's life is very important as well. Yeah.
Yes, understand. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for mention, emphasize that. The root, you mean. Okay, the root, you have to have a strong root. I got it. Sorry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we still have time for some sharing?
I think we can share until 6:15. Yeah.
We could do with the second question. I think we've
Yeah, we can go to the second page so people can share on the second question.
Yeah. So the second question, Master says setback and obstacles are worldwide. Do you have any real life examples that relate to this statement? Is the principle of I cultivate again also confirmed through setbacks and obstacle? I want to share first. Like the video said that the Buddha said that when I eat, then I full. But Anand, he did not. He haven't eat yet, so he's still he's still hungry. So if we want to learn, then we have to have put off our time to learn. If not, we cannot get anything. That's what I get it from today's video. So please share, whoever had the thought about that to share, please. Brother Austin, you want to share?
Yes, thank you. I can't help but recall the wildfires of last year. That was a great setback for a lot of people, and they lost everything. Some of them were barely able to get their basic necessities and escape with their lives. All their memories, all their possessions went up in just a few minutes. So we cannot think of a bigger obstacle than that. And yet, we often find that it is because of setbacks and obstacles that we get the warnings. It's because we attend funerals that we think about life. It's because we see failure that we value success. There's always a contrast in this. Otherwise, if everything were smooth, if everything were easy, we would not value it. I value living in Southern California every time I come back from abroad. If I go on a travel and I see the scarcity of food and vegetables, it can be in a prosperous country in Europe or a developed country in Asia. And nowhere do they have the selection, the price, the variety of food that we can get in any ordinary supermarket here in Southern California. And yet, if we don't go abroad, we don't see this, then we take it as the way everybody lives. It's not. We live in a very fortunate part of the world. And it's not through our own efforts that we live here. We are just fortunate, and we don't realize how fortunate we are. The same thing with good health. I think there's a saying that probably everyone knows. Good health is wasted on the youth. It's only when we get on in age that we realize being forgetful and having aches and pains is such a setback and an obstacle. And that is the irony of life, is that when we have it, we take it for granted. And it's only when we lose it that we yearn for it, that we value it. And the same thing applies to Buddhism. That's why we started with the 3 4s, to remind ourselves of all the obstacles that we face in getting to this point. We have to overcome those setbacks and obstacles. And then we can fully appreciate the ability to absorb, to develop our 5 powers. That is the value. And the same thing with friends. You can have friends that lead you astray, or friends that reinforce you in your good habits, in your desire to know and to understand. But we do not appreciate this ability, this innate ability, until we find that it is such an obstacle in trying to get ahead. So I think when we listen to the Lotus Sutra, the Buddha often talks about Devadatta, his nemesis, but he is also the person that enabled the Buddha to reach enlightenment because he was able to overcome this person who was constantly trying to harm him. We face this every day in our own lives. People that make us disappointed, people that make us lose faith in our own ability to get anywhere because we get mad, we get frustrated at these people that are obstacles to our own improvement. And yet, it's these very people that show us how they go wrong. That is a warning sign for us not to repeat what they are doing. That is the value for setbacks and obstacles.
Okay. Brother Austin, I can hear from you. You said that whenever the meaning behind, whenever you have obstacle, you have to appreciate because the obstacle can have a power or can have something to push you more growing. You go up. So we have to appreciate whenever obstacle come. So we have to appreciate we live in this the California or this country because we can get whatever we want. You know, they are very have abundant of food or something like that. So appreciate. Thank you. Thank you. And I just add whatever I just talked for the second one. Like before, I said that I've been failed to sharing because I did not focus what I sharing, and I have been stop and cut me when in between when I talking. It get me so upset, and I said, why don't let me talk and some other brother can talk when they overtime they exist the time. So I even crying in the restroom, but day by day, time month by month until now I really understand why they doing like that. They not purposely doing like that because what I talking is too long. It's not me to the point. So I understand. I keep learning. Now I'm better. I know what is to focus, what I talk. So thank you very much. That is the example why I have setback and I have to appreciate who cut me off and who said that, no, 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 I don't want to hear from you. Something like that. Even though I get hurt, but now I appreciate because I understand. But that it took me so long to understand. Thank you, and thank you. It seems I talk a lot today. That's my habit. It's not good. And I would like to have someone, I want to hear someone sharing.
If anyone from Group 3 can also share in Mandarin，如果有人需要用中文来分享也可以，我可以帮忙翻译。
Usually in our Chinese group, they are very shy. They know a lot, but they don't want to share. That's why I have the opportunity to share.
I guess I'm just going to do a short sharing. This is Sunny from group 2. I feel study Buddhism or attending the either the morning session, the morning down down the morning session or every Tuesday the study group or we attend I think, and many of us attend many study groups, I feel setbacks, to me, they are all good lessons, by the way. Okay. But setbacks and obstacle are like quiz and the test in to check our understanding of the Buddhism that we study, the morning session or the study group that we study, and then they are the perfect test and quiz to test our understanding of the Buddhism. So I think as I grow older and older, I feel like the setback and obstacle are helping my cultivation to help me understand more about myself. What made me mad? What troubles me? So at this point of my life, I feel like they are the perfect test for to test my understanding of the Buddhism and then how to apply Buddhism in the real life. That's it. That's my sharing.
Thank you, Sunny. Sunny, yeah, you are right. I agree with you because the sharing just can testing. If you don't share, they don't. We don't know that. Everyone not share that. We don't know that how the class going on, how the Dharma we understand. So I think the sharing, I totally agree with you. Sharing is very important. So sharing, then we can understand. For let whoever understand that what we are thinking, what our thought, that is not right or wrong, just our sharing, our thought only. Thank you very much, Sunny.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. I think just listening, paying attention, everyone shared wonderful, very heartwarming insights and also their perspective on the two different questions. And I just like to summarize everything what we've learned in general is like the bamboo theory that we learned, but also in general, like a bamboo tree. Our spiritual growth begins beneath the surface begins beneath the surface, but during the first few years, as we mentioned earlier, bamboo appears to grow very little above the ground, but underneath, there is developing a deep, extensive root system. And like what we say, how I also interpret it, it's like our support system that brings us stronger and gives us more strength. Only after once those roots are firmly established does then the bamboo shoot upwardly rapidly grow into a wonderful tree. So today we explored Master De Huang's teaching on the five spiritual roots and five powers. We slowly build up on those five powers as well from our last session. And those five spiritual roots and powers are the power and spirit and roots of faith, diligence, mindfulness, samadhi, and wisdom. Master Cheng Yen always explains that the five spiritual roots are the essential qualities that take root in our hearts and guide our spiritual cultivation. As we consistently practice and strengthen these qualities, they become the five spiritual powers, as we say, steady, inner strengths that no longer shaken by the external circumstances that we have or the setbacks and challenges that we face every single day. With the five spiritual roots, first on faith, the root of faith, remember that faith is the foundation of all of our spiritual practices, especially walking in this bodhisattva path. All of us are constantly growing, and like what Sister Sabrina was saying, certification isn't the end goal. There's still more to it. And it's only through the confidence that we have through the Buddha's teachings and sutras and all these books that we learn and all the book sessions, the study sessions, morning at dawn, we should always trust that everyone has the potential to be awakened and to still continue to grow. And in Tzu Chi, faith is expressed through sincere action and compassion that we do. And with diligence, on the root of efforts, we continuously and joyfully cultivate wholesome thoughts and deeds while eliminating unwholesome habits. On the spiritual root of mindfulness, we remain aware of our thoughts, words, and actions, keeping our minds upright and focused on benefiting the others. on the root of samadhi, concentrating, developing a calm, stable mind that is not easily disturbed by changing conditions. And like what Master also said, cultivate a mind that is unwavering and unaffected so that we can make progress for advancement. But in order for us, one must first cultivate a focused concentration, the practice of samadhi. And with wisdom, the root of wisdom, through the practice of reflection, we gain wisdom to understand the different causes and conditions while making compassionate and skillful choices. And to summarize it all up, to connect it to what we learned from our last session as well on the five spiritual powers, when these five roots are deeply cultivated both in our hearts and in minds and actions, then they become unshakable powers. The power of faith overcomes our doubt. The power of diligence overcomes our laziness. The powerful of mindfulness prevents carelessness and free from a set of different distractions and peace of mind. The power of samadhi, our sense of concentration, our sense of concentration steadies the mind amid the different challenges and setbacks that we have. The power of wisdom then dispels any ignorance and guides us to the right action. So, as Master Cheng Yen always emphasizes, that these qualities are not meant to remain as personal virtues alone, but they are cultivated through serving others, practicing gratitude, respect, and love, while also walking the Bodhisattva path in everyday life. So, as our faith, diligence, mindfulness, concentration or samadhi, and wisdom continues to mature, they naturally become inner powers that help us remain compassionate and unwavering regardless of all of our life challenges. So remember that the five spiritual roots that we learned today are the seeds that we plant through daily practice, and the five spiritual powers are those same qualities that fully gets matured, giving us the strength to walk the bodhisattva path with unwavering faith, wisdom, and compassion. And as every session, I would also like to share another Tingsi aphorism that expresses the spirit of the five spiritual roots and the five spiritual powers. So in Chinese, I think you guys heard of this, 师姑师伯, but it's basically the 心为道源功德母，然后长养一切诸上恩. So faith is the source of the way and the mother of all merits. It nurtures all roots of goodness. So like faith is a starting point of our spiritual journey and how a lot of us also encouraged to walk the Tzu and Bodhisattva the path. When we cultivate faith with diligence, mindfulness, samadhi, and wisdom, these roots gradually grow into the five spiritual powers. And like the bamboo tree, or like a tree in general, any tree, any plant with deep roots, our minds become steady and resilient, allowing us to face challenges with compassion and clarity. So I think today's bamboo theory and the concept of why we use this is like the bamboo tree. Don't be discouraged if growth isn't immediately visible. Focus on growing those deep roots one step at a time. When our faith, diligence, mindfulness, and samadhi and wisdom take root into our hearts, they become the inner powers that allow us to stand firm, remain humble, but also continuing to serve others with unwavering compassion. And as Master Towang said and mentioned, that no matter what you do, don't be in a hurry for rewards, because sowing and harvesting are not in the same reason. It's only by constantly putting on small efforts we slowly see and reap the benefits of what we planted. So these qualities are not developed through any words alone, but through daily actions of giving, serving, and just practicing gratitude in general. Every act of kindness strengthens our spiritual roots until they become the unwavering power, inner powers that gives us all the strength to guide us on our bodhisattva path. So lastly, before we end, just remember when we nourish our roots with a lot of the faith that we learned today, the diligence, the mindfulness, the samadhi, and the wisdom from our everyday practice, then we can blossom into this wonderful bodhisattva to continue to give strength to other people in our community, but also benefit not just ourselves and more on our community with a unwavering heart. So may today's insight help cultivate more mindfulness, gratitude, respect, love, clarity, and kindness in your daily lives. And before we end our session, as always, we do want to give a moment of our time to our regional coordinator for some reminders. So if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand or put it in the chat.
Thank you so much, Sister Sophia, for the wonderful emceeing and for summarizing the 5 words, 5 powers so precisely. Really thank you so much for Sister Karen for facilitating today. Such a great facilitation, Sister Hua for taking notes, and Brother Liao for the audio visual today. Such a good job. So starting today, because last month we say that we are trying to get rid of the breakout room so that we can all 3 groups combine together. So this is the first time that we do the combined group discussion today. So does anyone wants to have any thoughts about, do you guys prefer this kind of big group discussion so that we can continue this for upcoming session, or do you still prefer back the 3 breakout room? Any thoughts about the format? Anybody can just unmute and say something.
Yes, we would like to continue in the big group.
Okay, thank you so much, Sister Hua, for your feedback. How about anyone
Yes, we
from
would like to continue in a big group.
group 2? Okay, good. Because today there's nobody from group 3 sharing actually. Does anyone from group 3 feel that they are intimidated not to share at all because everyone's speaking English? Anybody wants to represent group 3 to give some feedback?
Basi Xuejie said, "This is good," smiley face. And then Yi also said, "Continue."
Okay. So even people who do not speak up, they also think that they prefer to be in big group discussion. Okay.
Yes, I would like to be in big group also.
Okay, good. All right. Since everybody thinks that we should stay with big group discussion for our regional session, so we still have 3 more regional session in August, September, and October. So it will still be a big group discussion like today. And so for the big group discussion, the format so will be no breakout room. And then so today we have Sister Karen and Sister Hua be the facilitator and note taker. For next month, we will have someone from group 2 to be the facilitator and note taker. So it will only be take turn between group 1 and group 2. So in September, it will be group 1, and then in October, it will be group 2 again. So hope everyone will sign up to be the next facilitator and group note taker in the Google Sheet. And for the national session, we still have the 3 breakout room session like usual. Yeah, so our next national session will be on July 27. Will be the next national session. So it will be in a big group with all the all over USA and Canada, and then we have the normal group, the breakout room, and then it will be have a shorter time to discuss because we have a lot of things that we do in the national session, because after we watch Dharma Master, a board master sharing, and then we'll have a group discussion, I think for only 20 minutes. And then after that will be the guest speaker from interfaith guest speaker from different religion, different background. So we'll be listening to that sharer, and then we'll also have chance to do Q&A with that special guest speaker. So So is there any other feedback about the POM study group that anybody wants to share? Anyone want to discuss right now? Okay. If not, then remember to fill up the feedback form. If you guys want to leave feedback anonymously, so that because in the feedback form you can just type whatever that you feel about this study group, whether you feel that it's there's area of improvement, things that positive or negative, you can all say it out in the feedback form. It is anonymous. We will not be able to track or detect who say what in those feedback form. So please fill out all the feedback form that I'll be sending out later after the end of the study group. And also thank you for Brother Liao for doing a recording of this tonight's study group, and I will also share out the YouTube link after this so everyone can review it. Yeah, for the national session, I still don't have the YouTube link for the national session in June. I will ask again, and hopefully I will share that YouTube link for all of us to review as well. And that's all from me tonight. Thank you so much, and now we are back to Sister Sophia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Ihua, for all the reminders. So before we end, we all know that learning is a journey that we walk together, and by listening, reflecting, supporting one another, let us appreciate the teachings and insights that was shared today. We are deeply grateful for Master De Huang's guidance. So now let us do the dedication of merit. Brother Liao, I think the slides, are you sharing? If not, it's okay. If everyone could put their palms together, and we'll do the dedication of merits. So I vow to eradicate all afflictions arising from the three obstructions. I vow to obtain wisdom and gain true realizations. May everyone eliminate all karmic obstructions, and life after life always practice the Bodhisattva way. So to conclude, let us also appreciate our gratitude for today's learnings. So if everyone could put their palms together, and then we'll also make 3 vows of gratitude to the great enlightened one of the universe, who embodies the innate teacher within every one of us. Everyone, please rise, put your palms together, and we'll do the first bow, second bow, and third bow. Let's also make one more bow to each other in gratitude to be able to learn from one another today. So everyone, if you guys could turn on your cameras, and we'll bow to every one of us, and then because all of you guys are also our teachers and our family on this path together. So 感恩 everyone.
感恩。
感恩. So please be seated. We'd also want to take this moment to also thank Brother Liao for ensuring our slides, audio, and visuals are all working seamlessly together in our session for today. So once again, thank you so much, wonderful TC family, for spending the afternoon and night with us today. So if you're able, turn on your cameras one more time before we leave and wave each other. And then have a wonderful, safe night, everyone, and healthy week ahead. Sending lots of love and warmth. And also, it's chilly, right? It's hot right now, so stay hydrated. Make sure you're drinking lots of water and get your electrolytes in. Okay, bye-bye, everyone.
Thank
And
you,
make sure to fill
Sophia.
up the
Thank
forms.
you.
Take care.